God says, hurry, open before 9 p.m. tonight to know the whole truth. Listen carefully. Something happened last night in the spiritual realm, and heaven is still shaking because of it. God said, 7 powerful archangels stood together in awe, and the sound of their voices echoed through all time. You are the only one of the picked people who still doesn't know what was decided. Hold on, please. Do not scroll. Don't leave now. This message isn't like the others. This is God's own word coming straight to you. The archangels are shocked, not because of what was kept secret, but because heaven thought you already knew. The truth was kept secret and was only meant to be heard, felt, and understood now. Wait until the end, because what I'm about to say will make everything clear. Heaven was awake last night, while everyone else slept. Your name was called out in front of God's throne. 7 archangels with scrolls of destiny got together, and those scrolls have something written about you that can't be taken back. They held out. They looked. They spoke quietly. Does this kid know? Do they know what's going on? You didn't though, because God saved it for now. Listen up. Before 9 p.m., this is your last shot tonight. The time has been set by God. Heaven has set a limit, and heaven has made the reveal ready. It's not about yesterday. It's not about tomorrow. This is about now. He says, my child, hurry up because the truth is knocking at your door. Wait and stay with me because the angels are still circling around your name, waiting for your response. This is why you were guided to this very message. This is why heaven has aligned your steps. It is not a coincidence. It is not a chance. It is divine timing. The archangels looked at each other last night with wonder, saying, how can this one still not know what heaven released? At this very moment, though, the covering is being taken away. Now your story is changing. The secret that was kept hidden is now coming out. God says, this is your last chance before 9:30 p.m. The truth that was hidden is coming out. Do not wait. Take note. The gates to truth are open, and the river of knowledge is running. This letter tells you the whole truth, so please stay with me until the end. It has what heaven decided last night on it. It has the words that God himself wrote about your future. The angels will look at them again and say, they left too soon, but you are here. You are hearing. You're ready now. Listen to this now. Your name was written in light. Your way was cleared of problems, and heaven approved of your plans. Your confirmation took place last night. The angels saw it. Heaven was happy about it. Now you have to accept it. Wait a minute. Do not move. Do not scroll. Stay where you are, because this is what God is telling you. You have been picked. You have been marked. You are meant to be. Also, the truth is yours. Wait a minute. Don't leave now. What I'm about to say is even more important. It wasn't just another night last night. It was a night when heaven changed your situation. There was a circle of fire around the 7 archangels. In the middle of that circle, your name was said with such power that everything stopped. Picture it. As you slept, your name rang out across the sky, but you didn't know that a holy storm was moving in your favor. The archangels were amazed and asked, how is it that this child doesn't know what has been written? God answered, because the revelation is sealed until the appointed time. And beloved, that time has come. That's why this message got to you. That's why you're looking at these words. Do not scroll, do not move. Stay with me for a moment, because right now heaven is giving you its secret. Last night, something came out, something strong, something that won't move, what lasts forever. It's not money, but good things come with it. It's not fame, but honor will come after. What came out last night was the truth. The kind of truth that breaks patterns, frees people from chains, heals wounds, and lets you into rooms you thought would always be closed. This is why the archangels are shocked. You still don't see everything that is yours. You will, though, right now. Wait and stay with me until the end. I can see heaven getting closer. I can hear God's voice better. I can feel the angels around your spirit as these words reach you. This is the truth. Heaven gave its blessing last night. Heaven confirmed that you were freed. Heaven stamped your fate with holy fire. Now everything in the world has to follow the order over your life. That's why the ground beneath you is moving, why things feel different all of a sudden. What's been making your heart race? We are about to catch up to the spiritual, which has already moved. Pay close attention. Before 9 p.m. tonight, you must align yourself with this truth. God says, this is your last chance to embrace what I have written, because I will not allow this revelation to remain hidden any longer. So hold on. Stay right here. Don't let go of this moment, for heaven has opened the scrolls. The angels have spoken your name, and the truth that was concealed is now being revealed. Hold on. Stay with me, because now I must reveal why the 7 archangels were so stunned last night. It wasn't just that your name was spoken. It was the way it was spoken. God called your name with such authority that the entire realm shifted. The angels saw chains snapping off your past. They saw doors that were locked for years swing wide open, and they saw a new path being carved for you in golden light. And yet, even after all this, you still don't know fully what heaven released. That is why they are in shock. The truth is, last night was a spiritual courtroom. In the courts of heaven, every record of delay, of disappointment, of betrayal was laid out. But then God stood up as your defender. Archangel Michael stepped forward with his sword blazing and declared, "This one is chosen, this one is marked, this one belongs to the Most High." And at that very moment, everything written against you was erased. The scrolls were turned, and your destiny was rewritten in your favor. This is what happened last night. This is why heaven is trembling with awe. Wait, don't move, stay right here, because what was erased was not small. It was heavy, it was ancient, it was generational. And what was written in its place is even greater. God wrote new blessings over your name, new healing over your body, new love over your heart, and new strength into your soul. The archangels looked at one another and said, "Do they even realize what has just been given to them?" And the answer was, "No, not yet." That is why heaven has been pressing on you, guiding you here, keeping you from skipping this very message. Pay close attention. Before 9 p.m. tonight, you will feel the shift. The reason you have been restless, the reason your spirit has been stirred, is because heaven has already moved in your favor. All you must do now is receive it. Stay with me, because what God has prepared for you is far too great to miss. This is your moment. This is your confirmation. This is your truth. God says, "Hurry, my child. This is your last chance to know the truth before the gates close." And the angels even now are leaning closer, waiting to see your response. Will you accept it? Will you believe it? Will you hold on to what heaven has given? Stay with me till the end, because this is not just a message. It is a divine appointment, and heaven has scheduled it for you alone. Wait, don't go anywhere. Stay with me, because now I must uncover what the 7 archangels were guarding in silence last night. Picture it, heaven's skies glowing brighter than fire. And in the middle of that light stood your destiny being spoken out loud for the first time. The archangels circled around, shielding what God was releasing. And yet they kept asking the same question. Why has this child not yet seen it? Their wings trembled, because what was spoken over you was no ordinary blessing. It was a turning point, a divine reversal. Wait a minute. Let me take you deeper. Last night, the book of remembrance was opened. Every tear you cried, every prayer you whispered in the dark, every time you felt unseen, it was written there. And God Himself read it aloud before the hosts of heaven. As each word was spoken, the archangels looked at one another in shock, because the weight of your story carried a power that only heaven could measure. They said, if only they knew how much heaven has kept for them, if only they could see the truth. Stay with me, because the truth is this. Heaven declared a divine release last night. The locks on your destiny were broken, the delays were shattered, and the blessings that were held back have been lost into motion. That is why the archangels are in awe, because you are walking today unaware of what has already been released into your tomorrow. But God says, I cannot let my child remain in the dark. They must know the truth before 9 p.m. tonight. Pay close attention. Your life shifted last night. That is why you've been sensing a change. Why does your spirit feel stirred? Why doors are about to open that you never expected? Heaven has already signed it. Angels have already confirmed it. And now it is only waiting for your recognition. Stay with me. Don't scroll, because this is not an ordinary moment. This is the unveiling of what was hidden. The archangels bowed their heads after the truth was written, and they whispered, we wonder if this child will understand what has just been given. And now, as you hear this, heaven is leaning close, watching your heart, waiting for your faith to rise. God says, this is your last chance to see the whole truth, to embrace what I have revealed, to walk into what I have prepared. Hold on to this moment. Stay with me till the end. Last night there was no accident. It was the night your story changed forever. Wait, hold on. Don't go anywhere, because now the revelation enters its deepest part. What the 7 archangels saw last night was not only a shift, it was a heavenly proclamation that can never be reversed. God himself rose from his throne, and in that moment, silence fell across the heavens. Every angel, every spirit, every voice stilled, waiting for what he would say. And when your name was spoken, light poured out like rivers of fire, shaking every corner of eternity. The archangels gasped, because heaven had never announced your destiny with such force before. Stay with me, because this is not something to miss. The archangels saw chains of generational delay snapping like glass. They saw blessings that were buried for years suddenly rise like a flood. And they saw a crown being lowered upon your head in the spirit. And yet you woke this morning unaware of what had been released over your life. This is why they are still in shock. They cannot believe you don't yet know what has happened. That's why God says, hurry, open your eyes. For the truth is waiting at your door before 9 p.m. tonight. Hold on, because the truth is greater than you realize. Last night, your story was rewritten. Every line of pain was replaced with lines of glory. Every mark of loss was exchanged for marks of abundance. Every shadow of betrayal was removed. And in its place, heaven painted a picture of restoration. The archangels bowed their heads in awe, whispering, this is what God has chosen to give. This is the gift no one can steal. Pay close attention. Heaven didn't just give you blessings. Heaven gave you authority. A new power has been placed in your spirit. A divine strength that will carry you where your own strength could not. That is why things around you are about to shift so quickly. That is why the doors you thought were locked are going to swing open. Because heaven has already declared, let it be so. Stay with me, because there is more. The archangel saw a vision of your life unfolding like a scroll. They saw the chapters of disappointment closing and a new chapter of light beginning. They saw people who doubted you bowing their heads in silence when they witnessed your rise. They saw the very ground beneath your feet turning holy because of what was released last night. And they asked each other, will this child finally see? Will they finally know? And now, right here, right now, you are seeing, you are knowing, you are receiving. Heaven has chosen you for this revelation. God says, this is your last chance. My truth has been spoken. And before 9 p.m. tonight, it must be embraced. So don't look away. Stay with me till the end, because this is the moment heaven has been preparing you for all along. Hold on, please. Don't move, because now it is time to hear what Archangel Michael himself declared last night. When the 7 archangels stood in the circle of light, he was the one who stepped forward. His sword blazed like fire. His voice shook like thunder, and yet his words were filled with love. He lifted his face to heaven and said, Father, this child has carried enough. This soul has been delayed long enough. It is time for them to walk in the truth you have written. And at that moment, every chain that had tied your future began to break. Stay with me, because this is not ordinary. The archangels watched Michael as he stretched his wings wide, covering your name with protection. He said, "No more silence, no more delay, no more hidden truth. Tonight they must know." The other archangels gasped, for they had never heard him speak your name with such urgency. And in that instant, the heavens shifted. The decree was sealed. The truth was unlocked. Pay close attention. What happened last night was not just about blessings, it was about revelation. The truth that was hidden from you for years was unveiled in the heavenly realm. And Archangel Michael, with a voice like the sound of many waters, cried out, "Child of God, the truth belongs to you. Take it, believe it, walk in it." That is why he has been circling you, pressing you, making sure you did not skip this moment. Wait a minute. Do not scroll. Don't look away. Heaven has aligned this very hour so you would hear this. Last night was a divine gathering in your honor. God himself looked upon your story and said, "No more shadows, no more closed doors, no more silence. Let the truth shine before them." And the archangels bowed in awe, because what was spoken over you was greater than what was spoken over many. Stay with me till the end, because this is not just words. This is heaven's confirmation. The archangels are still amazed that you don't fully see it yet, but you will. You were chosen to hear this today. God says, this is your last chance before 9 p.m. Tonight, to know the whole truth, to step into what I have released, to embrace what I have already written. And Archangel Michael is still speaking. Even now, he whispers, "Do not turn away. Do not doubt, for heaven has already moved for you. Believe and the truth will unfold in front of your eyes. Wait, hold on. Don't scroll, because now you must hear what each of the 7 archangels declared about you last night. Heaven has never allowed these voices to be heard together, but for you, God commanded it. And as their voices rose one by one, the stars themselves trembled. The first archangel stepped forward and said, "Child, your prayers have reached higher than you realize. Every tear you shed has been counted, and last night heaven responded." The second archangel lifted his hand and declared, "Every delay that stood in your way is now broken. You will walk freely into the doors that are opening before you." The third archangel looked into the scroll and whispered, "Your name has been written in fire, sealed in light, and no power can erase it." The fourth archangel cried out, "The betrayals you suffered have been answered. Those who stood against you will see the hand of God raise you higher." The fifth archangel spread his wings and said, "The love you longed for, the peace you waited for, it is on its way, for heaven has commanded restoration." The sixth archangel raised a trumpet and declared, "Your destiny has been confirmed. No more confusion, no more wandering. You will know exactly where to go and what to do." And then the seventh archangel, with a voice that shook the heavens, shouted, "This is the hour of truth. Before 9 p.m. tonight, they will know what heaven already knows." Stay with me, because as they spoke these words, the throne of God glowed brighter. God himself lifted his hand and said, "It is finished. My child has been released into the fullness of their truth." And at that moment, all 7 archangels bowed, their voices united in awe, whispering, "How can they not yet know? How can they not yet see?" Hold on, because now you do see. This is why this message has come to you. This is why heaven has been pressing you not to scroll, not to move, not to miss a single word. God says this is your last chance. Hurry, embrace the truth, for the gates will not remain open forever. Stay with me till the end, because heaven is not just watching. Heaven is waiting for your response. Hold on, please. Don't look away, because now the voice of God himself enters this moment. Last night, when the 7 archangels stood in awe, Heaven grew silent, and then the voice of the Almighty broke through eternity. His words were not soft whispers. They were thunder wrapped in love, fire wrapped in grace, and they spoke for you. God said, "My child, I have watched your journey. I have seen the nights you cried alone, the days you carried weight. No one understood, and the moments you thought I was silent. But hear me now. I was never silent. Every step was written. Every tear was recorded. Every prayer was stored in my heart. And last night, I answered them all. Stay with me, because what he declared next changed everything. God said, enough delay, enough hiding, enough silence. I release you now into the truth that was always yours. I restore what was lost. I reveal what was hidden. I give back what was stolen." The 7 archangels bowed low, trembling at the power of his words, and yet still wondering, do they know? Do they see what was just spoken over their life? Listen carefully. God himself continued, "Before 9 p.m. tonight, my child will hear. They will know. They will understand that heaven has already moved for them. They will not walk in darkness any longer. They will not wander in confusion. They will walk in the light of the truth I have given." Hold on. Don't scroll. Can you feel it? This is not just a story. This is not just words. This is God speaking into your life right now. His voice is the reason you feel your spirit stirring. His hand is the reason doors are about to open. His command is the reason your story has shifted. Stay with me till the end, because God's final words last night still echo through eternity. This is their moment. This is their hour. This is their last chance before the gates close. Hurry, my child, for the truth is waiting. And when he finished speaking, the heavens shook, the archangels cried out, and your name was sealed in light. That is why you are here. That is why you cannot skip this. That is why this message has found you today. Wait, hold on. Don't scroll, because now the voice of Archangel Michael is no longer echoing from afar. It is directed straight to you. Last night, after the voice of God thundered across eternity, Michael stepped closer. His sword blazed like lightning, his eyes burned with holy fire, and his words were meant only for you. He said, "Child of God, I have watched over you in silence.